Scoutmaster and just share a few thoughts. It was just over 2 years ago that the bishop of this congregation asked my wife and I to stay behind for a minute or two at a meeting, and he asked me to serve as the Scoutmaster of Troop 398. In the LDS Church, you don't volunteer to be the Scoutmaster, you're called to be the Scoutmaster, and after you're called, your name is presented before the congregation for a sustaining vote. And after the meeting breaks up, they all offer you their condolences. But I truly feel like the most blessed man in the congregation to be able to serve in the capacity that I do as the Scoutmaster of this troop. Not only because I get to know the LDS boys better, but because, large part, because I get to know families in this great community better who are of different faiths. It is an honor and a privilege to work with your sons and to get to know each of you. And the reason why these young men are sitting behind me and have achieved this rank is in large part due, as you can see from the videos and from their father's remarks, because of the families that they're from. They each have wonderful parents, supportive siblings, and you should be commended for what you've done to get your boys to this point, but not just because they're Eagle Scouts, but really because of what it stands for and who they are. Our future is very, very bright with young men like those seated behind me, joining the ranks of the young men seated in front of me from this troop that have also achieved this rank or who are working towards this rank. These young men truly do live their lives in keeping with the Scout Oath and the Scout Law, the motto and the slogan. The world is lacking of young people who can really be depended upon, particularly in hard times. These are young men who, throughout their lives, people are going to turn to, people are going to be able to lean on. These are those types of young men, and it's a privilege for me to have had this opportunity to work with them. I was initiated very quickly by David Richmond and his posse that sits in front of me. But then I was blessed to have young men like Jonathan Stewart and Graham McKetta join our ranks. Two very experienced scouts when they joined us. And then, I've known Nick and Dylan for a long, long time, and I just love and admire them and who they are and what they stand for. It is now my privilege to bestow upon each of these young men and their parents their Eagle Awards. So if I could invite the parents to come forward.